Hello! Something exciting's happening here in Inkie Land. Dun 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 dun. Okay, I won't make you sit through that any longer. I've got a new series. It's called the 12 Days of Christmas Presents. And every day for the next 12 days, I'm going to show you a DIY Christmas present that you can make for someone that you love. This Christmas. Or any time really. If they just needed a get well soon, pick me up, or a birthday present. They're really simple, inexpensive. Most of them can be done with things that you have around your scrap room. Let's get started. I am so excited. And also, how cute is this little guy? Freaking love him. All right, so let's get on to today's project. Okay, so for today, we are making a little mini DIY calendar that you can slip in your handbag. I don't know about you girls, but I love the planner craze. I really do. But my shoulders and back can't handle carrying this honking big thing around in my handbag all the time, every single day. I know some people do it, and fantastic. I just can't do it. So my mum's the same, and this year I bought her a really tiny little calendar diary thing that she writes, appointments and all sorts of things on. And so I thought I'd make her another one. So Mum, if you're watching, freaking close your eyes and shut the screen. Shut it down. Shut it down. Mumsy does watch my videos sometimes. So here's what you're going to need. Now, there's lots of different ways that you can do this. I found this in my stash. It's a little, really cute little A6 sized notebook that I got. I think I got like a bulk order of them online from some Asian stationery store or eBay. I got them years and years ago. So I thought I would use this. If you didn't want to or didn't have a little notebook, you could simply make one yourself. Just fold some bits of paper, stitch them along. This has got a lot of pages, so there will be some extras at the back that she can write notes in. But you could just make one out of scrapbook paper or just your normal copy paper. It's as easy as that. So you need some sort of thing to stick the calendar bits and bobs on. So I'm using this. Of course, scissors and glue. Then I printed off 12 photos of layouts that I love. So because this is for my mummy, I decided to print off some wedding photos. So I've printed these. These were printed on my Picturemate at home, and I did them at 75% of however big they usually are, 100% Duradel. And I just picked 12 wedding ones that I liked. And it did take a bit of playing around to see what size they needed to be. Sorry, focus. What size they needed to be to fit in here. I originally printed them this big because I was going to use a different book, but then I couldn't make these ones work. So I'll use these for another project. So you need some photos of layouts because I didn't want to make this bulky, like chunky with actual embellishments. So I thought the photos of layouts were a good idea. Then you need some scrapbook paper. I'm using this style board paper pad that I've had for gazillions of years. I found this in the latest Maggie Holmes Shine collection, and I thought that would be really cute because these photos only take up like 2/3 of the page. I thought it would be really cute to put the month underneath too. And then you need your calendar pages. Now, all I typed into Google, what was it? I think there's a website called like calendarpdf.com. I'll put the proper link down below, but it's really good because you can pick how big you want your calendar, what day you want it to start on, whether you want dates, whether you want abbreviated days of the week, what you want on it. Oh, there we go, pdfcalendar.com. So if you're going to do this project, I highly recommend that website because you can make the calendar whatever you want it to be. So the first thing I'm going to do so that I don't bore you through all of this is I'm going to trim down my calendar pages and also cut out some bits of scrapbook, 12 bits of scrapbook paper to fit onto the pages so that you don't have to watch that. And then we'll do what happens next. Yes, we will. Alrighty, so I have all of my papers cut, and to save you seeing me and ah a million times about which one to go where, I've placed them all out, and then I picked my photos and I just kind of coordinated them. I thought about a couple of things. So I thought I'd put the photo of my Nan for June because it's her birthday in June. I thought this one would go for Christmas, the end of the year, because it's like a finale, you know, it's the blackboard one. Also, what was the other one I thought of? Oh, I wanted to do pink for February because it's Valentine's Day, and yeah, that was kind of, I did horse paper because November is Melbourne Cup here in Australia, so I did the horsies for then. And so then I cut apart my funny that, and put it on each one, and now it's time to stick it all together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you and talk you through the first month, January, and then I'll probably put you on fast forward while I do a few more, or just pause you and put it all together because it's the same process repeated every month. So I worked out this little book has 32 pages. So there's 12 months. Each of my calendar pages is going to take up 2 days. So it has 32 actual pages. Yeah. So that means it has 64 back and front. So if it has 64 pages, these take up 2, so it's 24. And then I wanted, for each month, I want to put that on that side, and then have this page for notes, and then turn it over and you've got the month overview. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do it like that, and then just leave it a whole extra. There'll probably be about, I don't know, about 16 or so empty pages at the back, and I'm fine with that. She can write any notes she needs to. So let's do the first page. I'm going to do a nice little, I don't know, something there. So I'm going to leave that one and get started over here. So really simple. These pages are probably not cut perfectly, but that's okay. And it probably will get a bit chunky, but I think that will be fun. So I'm going to stick the backing paper on first. You could use a glue stick, you could use whatever adhesive you have got on hand. I'm going to try and bump it up to this side, because if it's not all the way there, I don't really mind. I did cut this one a bit wonky. I'm just going to trim it off. So what are your Christmas plans? What do you usually do in your family? I'd love to hear your family traditions. Aaron and I have a lot of family, and we do many, many Christmases. So this year I am going to do a December daily, but it's probably going to have some extra pages from January, because some of the family we won't see until then. But yes, so one year we did 4 Christmases on the one day. So we had breakfast with one family, 6 a.m. present opening. Then we had morning tea with another family, lunch with another one, and then we drove 4 hours and had dinner with another one. So that was a big one. We're not doing that again. We usually end up doing 3 in one day, and then going away on Boxing Day to see my in-laws, because they live a few hours away. So that's the first one, and then I'm just going to leave this page blank, turn it over, find January, and it should just fit. I'm going to fold it in half just to make it a wee little bit easier. And you know what? I think I'm just going to glue stick this. Because I'm only using printer paper, it's a lot, it's not as, heavy to glue. And this is a blue stick. It dries clear, in case, I don't know if you have Boss stick in America, but that's what it is. So I'm just going to pop it in the middle and then flop it open on that side. If it's a tiny bit bumpy, it's all good. Put glue over here. So this way you're not trying to deal with 2 gluey sides at the same time. It's a lot easier. And there's my other side. So each month is going to have the picture, space for notes, and then the calendar. So I'm going to turn the camera off, do the other ones, and then I'll show you the finished little book. And it's done! On the first day of Christmas, my Inkie Quill gave to me a really cool little diary. Alright, so I'll just give you a quick flick through and won't make you listen to me sing anymore until next episode anyway. So I just did some script in the front and put a glitter little heart. And then we have January. And I just put a little paper clip in here with a bit of washi on it as a little bookmark. February, March, April. These were such a good find for this project. May, I thought that was a good one because May's Mother's Day here in Australia. So a photo of Mum and I. June, July, August, September. I do have to go back and just, there's a couple of corners that I missed with the glue stick. October, November, and December. So this calendar is for her to just keep in a bag, and, you know, she might write, you know, dentist, 11 a.m, things like that. So it's not going to have huge amounts of information in it, which is why this size I think will work out for her. The one she's got at the moment is a bit smaller than this, so this will be a good size for her. Now it's quite chunky, so I'm going to get an elastic. I have some elastic somewhere, like some really cute pink lacy looking elastic trim, so I'm going to make a little sew it together and make a little closure for that. But yeah, for a project that probably took the longest part, I was having trouble with my PictureMate printing photos, so the longest part was the photos, but really the hardest part was printing the calendar and getting it the right size. I would have probably printed it slightly smaller. It's like half a centimetre too big, but mums are good because they love whatever you make them, because it's the thought that counts. So that's item number 1 for our 12 days of Christmas presents. And I hope you've enjoyed this first little peek. It's a really easy DIY project, and you could make this for, you know, a work colleague, for parents, anyone, really. Anyone would like something like this. You could even put, if you do want to do photos of layouts that you've done, you could even put download quotes that you could find online and put them there instead. So that's day 1. Stay tuned for 11 more days. 11 more. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, gosh, you're going to just be sick of me by the end of this series of 12 days. You really are.